Morning everyone, welcome to the second day of the second week of the return to swimming plan. Make sure you've cleared your warm-up area and you've got a drink ready to go. We're doing the backstroke warm-up today with card game at the end of it. So we've got squat to hip lift to get us going. I'm just going to wait for the iPad to load up. So if you start squat to hip lift, and I can start seeing your comments. There we go. Okay, how you doing, Cara and Joe? So squat to hip lift, remember, all the way as low as you can with a straight back. And then reach round as far as you can as well. So make sure your back's straight. Then you're going to go into windmill. Okay, how's it going, Luke? So windmill, hips back, like an RDL. Hands overhead into a Y shape. And then rotate around to the side, like that. Okay, Mr. Dudridge, how's it going? And Holly, let's have you here. Then we're going to go streamline lunge. So hands are red and streamline. Same as the walking lunges we do during the week. Make sure all the work's been done by your legs. Your body's going to stay completely upright like this the whole way through. Then you're going to go into wall slides. How's it going, Isabel? Get wall slides. Down on the ground. Fingers as far away from your body as you can get them. Keep your lower back pushed firmly into the floor. Okay, then you're going to go from that into alternating shoulder rolls. So 3 in each direction. Turning your thumb as you work your way through. And then split jumps. Okay, how's it going, Hannah? So build these up gradually. Start from a static. Okay, then we go up and on. How are you today? Okay, and then card game. Where's the cards? There we go. So I'm going to try and keep the game going while reading them myself. So grab a drink and then we will go in 2, 1, go. Right, so 5 of clubs. So we'll go toe touches for clubs today. 4, 5. Into 5 spades. So we'll go dead bucks for that. All the likes coming through for, oh, it's double because it's odd number. All the likes and love coming through. Let's see if I decided to get along with this game. Okay, card number 3, hearts. So we've got 9 squats for hearts. Which means diamonds is going to be star jumps. 7, 8, 9. Time for one more. It was 2 diamonds. So 2 jumps to finish off. Little quick break. Have a drink. And then again in 2, 1, go. So 1 heart. Not aces should be special, but 1 squat. Yeah, they're low in this game. So queens, that's going to be 10 clubs, which was toe touch. 6. Comment, who was that? Okay, get back to that in a second, sorry. Spades, so then king of spades, single open leg dead bug, 5 on each side. Eight. And 10. And then dead bugs again. How's it going, Dylan? So doubles. 5, 6, 7, and then stop there. Done. So grab a quick drink. Today's session is going to start off movement skills. So you've got wall walks, Superman, and then lateral lunge. So grab a frisbee if you've got one of those. If not, just do it as lunges instead of slides. So out, control yourself, push back. So 45 seconds on and 10 seconds off. And we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. So make sure you're supervised. You're not going to get hurt while you're doing the wall walks. I'm try and manage the iPad while it's on charge. See if there's anything anyone needs. Dylan, Violetta, that's nice. How you doing, Violetta? And Scarlett, and Edith. Wow, so many of you. Are you feeling good today? Especially now the weather's calmed down a little bit. Oh, and relaxed. That was like a second at least. So then you're going to go into Superman's. In 2, 1, go. So 50-50, plank variation. So keep your shoulders set down towards the floor, towards your hips even. So from here, pull them down away from your ears, go up, switch sides. And just hold that position. Use the foam roller if you have to, so make sure you're not rounding your back. It's very easy to be here, think you're stable. And stop. And then lateral lunges. 2, 1, go. So remember, we're trying to build up mobility around the inside of your hip and single leg strength. So it's not always easy to establish whether you've got one leg stronger than the other. So doing single leg training is a really good way to isolate that. And remember, today at the end, we're going to ask you to give us a reflection on how you think the session went, and then something you're going to do to make it better next time. Yeah, Mr. Dragonflag himself, Lewis Dunford, is watching us. 10 seconds left. And stop. Switch over. In 2, 1, go. So remember, if you think you're starting to cheat on these, I say cheating is like a general term for like compensating, because I think that's a bit of a dirty word when it comes to movement. Stand in front of a wall. You'll soon figure out how to lunge without leaning forward. And last time I did these myself, I was cheating loads. So one of the common things you'll see is people turning their toes out. So every time you lunge, look at your feet and make sure that they're pointing forward. If you turn them out to the side, so much easier to get more depth. But you want that range to come from your hip naturally. And stop there. 20 seconds of break. Time for a drink. And then we're going to go back in to wall walks. 3, 2, 1, go.
So do a couple of seconds in each position. If you don't feel confident about doing loads of reps,
so personally I can only get a couple of reps in before I'm too tired, so just do those holds, build yourself up gradually.
If not, drop down, bring your hands closer, and then kick up again.
And 2, 1, leave that there. Just make sure as well you stay nice and long, keep your hips in line with your shoulders. So I should push my hips forward a bit, look at that. Superman in 2, 1, go. So make sure you're lifting with your hip, like you're doing hamstring raise, all the other ground-based hip work we've done. Get that right. And then lift your hand overhead into streamline. And make sure your nose is pointing at the floor. Swap over. And then regional squat if you want to challenge yourself, start trying to play around with those single arm and leg versions again. And relax. So for that one, just do a couple of seconds at a time and build it up into lateral lunge. In 2, 1, go. Remember, if you haven't got a frisbee to slide, go out. You can do the drag bit, that's not too bad. So lunge out, stay tall. Basically the same thing. You just want to make sure that you don't use your body to pull you back up. So I'll show you a bad one. So if you lunge out to the side and then go, it looks like 2 parts. So you've got body, then leg. That's why walls are handy. Stop there and we're going to swap sides. So if you're using a wall, you'll know whether you're going to cheat because you'll bump into it. 3, 2, 1, go. Back myself here, see what happens. And build up slowly. So every day, start small, build it back in, and try and imagine that you're pushing down with this leg as you pull that one in. So you should feel that both legs are doing something. It's not just one leg at a time. Keep the slidey leg straight as well. If you start to bend as you pull it in, you're taking the work away from the inside of your hip. And stop. 20-second rest. Okay, then we go back in wall walks in 3, 2, 1, go. Hopefully those of you with pets aren't being interrupted too much while you're trying to do this one.
Although we did manage to catch Pipsqueak trying to do some sort of walking handstand last night. She tried to jump over one of her logs and ended up doing a few steps with her hips in the air.
Very weird sight for a small animal. So about 15 seconds left.
Push as hard as you can through the heel of your hands.
And stop. Okay, Demi's watching us well from the bus now. Toilet paper on the floor. Well, if that works for you, then fair play. Superman in 2, 1, go. Albeit, if you just have to do the lunging part, you're still going to gain from it. As long as you feel you got a bit of stretch on the inside of your hip.
Now, to be fair, if I didn't happen to see that in a garage for £1, I probably would have just put lateral lunges in anyway. Swap sides. So always double check that your back's flat. You've got rid of that well. Think about all you hear when you're in the pool. You start to create that well, you want to avoid it. Get that right first. And stop. Into lateral lunge again. Is that you just had to give up, Luke? Shutting the dogs out. 2, 1, go. At least they're keen. I've had to start doing that to next door's dog. Because he's very needy and come in, doesn't matter what you're in the middle of doing. I'm sure a dog invasion would be great for the viewership. So we're halfway through. So difficulty-wise, it should feel sort of similar to those roller squats you've been doing. You're at the bottom. The leg has to do a lot of work to get you back up. And stop. So last little break. In 2, 1, let's go. And the other secret is ankle mobility has to be pretty good. So if you get to a certain point, you might find that your calves don't want to stretch anymore, or you feel it around here. So let me know if that's the case. I can look at some more calf work to do during the recoveries. But if you look, the lower I go, the more I kind of want my knee to drift forward over my toes. Bit of a myth buster for you there. Anyone's ever heard, don't let your knees go over your toes? You've been lied to. And stop. There you go, 20 seconds rest. Then we'll go into 1 minute of rest, you've earned it. Into static strength element. So you've got Aleknas, press up plank, over under and flutter kick. So it's that oh so popular super set we've got around the over unders and flutter kicks. On the plus side, you're not running around a lot, so you're welcome. You got Aleknas, grab whatever kit you can find around the room. You've got a couple of bags. You can use a foam roller on your ankles or whatever you've got. I might go cushion because it's a bit easier. And then remember, all the work you do, similar to the Superman, lower back has to be pushed completely flat. So it's not necessarily natural posture, but you're trying to overemphasize that element so you improve it. So no matter which part of the exercise you're in, you shouldn't be able to get anything underneath you. Good way to learn it, if you have someone, like Demi told someone a tip last week, bit of card under your back. If you're doing it right, it won't move. If you arch, it slides out. So we'll get going then into Aleknas in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm just going to prop this up if I can. There. So Alekna. So other way around. So you want to make sure your legs are moving evenly. And then just a couple of bucks overhead as well. And base it off how your shoulders feel. So you have to pause at the bottom and relax. So the next one is press up plank. In 2, 1, go. Just keep your hips level. Try and get your shoulders away from your ears. Push down. And then push your heels away. So I'll turn so you can see feet I'm trying to push my heels over towards the stairs, or away to the other side of the radiator. Last 10 seconds. And stop. Then over under flutter kick. Ready in 2, 1, go. So remember, the closer you can keep your feet to the floor without touching, the harder it's going to be for your core. And the slower you move, the more control you have to find using your muscles. And stop there. Remember, the idea is you're trying to condition all those muscles on the side of your hip to work when they start to get tired. Flutter kick in 2, 1, go. So you try to keep all the work being done around your lower core. If your hip flexors, so if the muscles just under your hip bone start to get too sore, start to burn too much, have a little tiny 3-second break. So like 3, 2, 1, and back in. And relax. So that's it, 20-second rest, back into the electors. In 2, 1, go. So something on your feet just to distract you. So you've got to think about where they are in space. And then a little, just an object, I wouldn't even look at it as weight. Something for you to control over your head. Last few seconds. And stop. Into press up plank. In 2, 1, go. So remember, you've got to keep your shoulders away from your ears as well as just pushing down. So the difference would be what you see here compared to that. That's somewhere between a scat press and a plank. Last couple of seconds and stop. Almost timed that perfectly. Into over under. In 2, 1. Go. Chat some bloody comments. Anyone feel like they're being ignored? Core supersets are always a quiet day. Okay, 2, 1, stop. So flutter kicks to finish off round 2. To start to think about your reflections and how you're going to own them. 2, 1, go. Demi jumped in with a more concise answer to Helen's point. Last 10 seconds. Small kicks to finish and stop. Cool. Well, maybe I should go work at St. Samuel's and then we can come do these. But I'm glad it helped out, and it's entirely the point of us being here. Last little break, and you got one more round of this. So what's my ownership going to be around? I'll try and give you my answer, and then you can think of your own. Alekna in 2, 1, go. So an example might be over-unders. If you feel like the sides of your hip burn a lot and you struggle, you could think about, are you doing enough recovery for those muscles? So you could say, I struggle with over-unders, so I'm going to try and foam roll the side of my hip and stretch them out a bit more so that it doesn't affect my performance the next day. Or it could be, I get tired doing wall walks, so I'm going to try and do 1 wall walk a day, relax. And just try and build it up. So when you're not doing the videos, just try and do 1 extra wall walk per day. And to press a plank, 2, 1, go. So try and keep your neck neutral while you're doing this. And stop. And then over on the flat kick to finish. 2, 1, go. So remember, some of the reasons that you work on skill in general or technical work is to try and get more efficient at doing them. So if you feel like you're not strong enough to do some of these movements, it might just be that you need to practice it a little bit more. So you don't have to do it to the point of being really, really tired. But if you're doing some warm-ups before you run, these will work pretty well. Just do 10-15 seconds. So build up that capacity and then relax. Same for anything else. So if you're looking for solutions to those ownership problems, that could be what you need to look at. Fast kicks to finish off. 2, 1, go. Breathing has a pretty big impact as well. So if you start to get tired during the planks or anything like that, focus on your breathing. And stop. So genuinely, if you take more big, deliberate breaths, you get more oxygen in your body, you're able to hang on to that a little bit longer. And you may as well take advantage of that while you're on land and you have the freedom to breathe as much as you want. That'll do. So we get static stretching today. Just grab your cushions. If the iPad will last long enough to take it off the charger. Yeah. So, oh, how you doing, Claudia? Glad to hear Italy's gone sunny instead of cloudy now. So right quad, 2, 1, go. Remember, if you have to go to school, make sure you do this later on today. Okay, you're very welcome, Robin and Jamie. Have a great day.
So maybe you always want to be able to try and squeeze your hip. So I can get into this position now, it doesn't really hurt that much. I can't quite squeeze my hips. Move forward a bit, there you go, and relax. So foot forward into left hamstring. Just maintaining that straight back. If you think you're losing it, sit up a bit, and then reach back down. And stop. Switch knees. Left knee down, right foot forward. The stream's not too far behind today. So remember, let us know what you are going to do to make your sessions better next time. Into right hamstring. If you want to avoid slouching, try and set your back before you go down. So if you set your posture before you start the stretch, it's going to be much easier to hold. And stop. We'll look at hips. Standing up, one, haven't done this for a while, but just as an example, if you've just done a lot of over-unders, this is a good stretch to look at. And swap sides. So remember, you're trying to put as much distance between your hips, your ankles and your shoulders as you can. So don't slouch too much, it doesn't really help the stretch. If it does anything, it'll hit you around here. Okay, comments wise, we finished that one up. Let's break some flutter kick. T and you can work on that together then. Okay, Danny, Sophia, have a great day. Being tired and still getting the work done is a massive achievement, so well done. We're going to go, what we do next, after hip, lats. So let's stretch. I can read stuff while we do it. Remember, if you want extra hip, cross your ankles over doing this. Doesn't work for everyone, but it might work for you today. Oh, lost them again. Okay, then I might be turning my foot up in side squat, so next time we do them, I'm going to put a barrier or something in place. Fantastic, absolutely perfect idea. And if you look at the last time I did it, I was doing it loads as well, and I just didn't realise, because there were demis behind the camera and I didn't see the monitor. It's everybody goes through phases like that. But you're quite right, if you just put like a book or something in the outside of your foot, you'll know if you start pushing it. Great job with that one on. Then swap sides on lats. So part of the stretching is just about creating movement. And it turns out I can stretch my lats here, and then my hips by pulling my ankle. Might be worth you giving it a go. Just be gentle. If you feel that you're kind of tight or tighter than usual, don't start yanking extra hard to try and find your normal range. Could be a reason for it.
Oh, Luke, congratulations. You're working really hard about keeping that back flat, so I'm glad it's paid off for you. Whoa, what did I say? Have I missed anyone? So you want the chest now, guys? Grab a table. Oh. Easily my favourite one. Oh, I'm losing all the comments. Okay, so Cara, thank you so much, Jordan, for the great session. I really appreciate it. It can't be easy having to juggle it all. Oh man, I'm looking really technologically inept, aren't I? Okay, switch sides. Yeah, thank you, Demi, for the great advice. I'm going to go working, keeping my back in the floor, and using Demi's advice, I'll try and see if I can get my legs a little further and lower each week by doing it every evening in bed. I surprised myself that I could do a few wall walks a few weeks ago. I found it really difficult. Many thanks, Cara. Smileys to monkeys, koalas, whales. Who's the whale? Kiwi, elephant, avocado. Avocado's a good addition to the days. Thank you so much, Cara. It's much easier knowing that you guys are getting something out of it, I'll tell you that. And again, I'm really proud of you as well. The wall walks was something that we just thought as a club we could start encouraging people to do a few months ago, and now everyone's just knocking them out of the park, so well done. Okay, Sophia is going to work getting better at over-unders, which usually has to take lots of rest, starting to stay more up since my legs are starting to hold it more. Fantastic. Glad to hear it, Sophia. Just perseverance and patience. I've always, one of the philosophies I've gone with as a coach is coaching ugly. Like if you're doing something and it looks absolutely flawless, you've probably mastered it. So we need to keep finding ways, just pushing yourself, challenging yourself, and don't worry about looking dumb. I mean, I've done it for months now, and you all seem to enjoy it. So let that be a lesson. That's going to do it for the recovery. And thank you all very much for watching live as always. Have a great day. Let us know if you need anything outside of this. Challenge is plank. So it's Tuesday. You're going to let us know how long you hold a plank. Look forward to that. And we'll see you tomorrow.